They have passed by this mosaic in the Kern County Superior Courthouse. But what you didn't probably know is that this is part of Kern County's history.
Different little facts that stand alone on themselves seem to point in a general direction that gives us a little more insight into who Peter Lebeck might have been.
For years, people have been trying to piece together the story of Peter Lebeck. But what people in Kern County also don't know is that they are driving right by him when they drive on Interstate 5 and pass the Fort Tejon Historical Park.
Whoever buried him there, carved into the tree he's buried under his grave marker. And the grave marker says Peter Lebeck, killed by an ex-bear, October 17th, 1837.
Some say Peter Lebeck was one of the first recorded Kern County pioneers, but others like Michael Deegan and his team at Fort Tejon Historical Park beg to differ, saying Native Americans and others were there before Lebeck. And based off the circumstances surrounding Lebeck's burial site, it says more about why he was roaming around in the forest in the first place.
The general story seems to point that he was probably a French fur trapper, and they found him about 4 feet down, and they said he was about 6 feet tall. He had broad proportions. He was missing his right forearm, both of his feet, and his left hand, and they said there were 2 broken ribs on the left side, and then the other bones were badly mauled, they said, which seemed to be consistent with what his grave marker says, you know, a bear attack.
According to Deegan, there were many fur trappers in this area in the 1830s. They hunted for animals to sell their fur on the market. Although the exact type of bear responsible for Lebeck's death is still unknown, many continue to speculate. Several stories were also apparently found in journal entries and tales from other people about their time at the grave marker. But still, there is no definite proof of Lebeck's identity. Either way, after he was buried, his legacy lived on in Kern County.
And he's the guy who the town of Lebeck, all through here, through the Grapevine Pass, is now named for.
His legacy is not just the town label, but his roots are also now preserved in the Kern County Museum, and of course, the Fort Tejon Visitor Center.
An artist's rendition of Peter's demise by the ex-bear.
X, as they say, marks the spot, but here in Kern County, it marks the town of Lebeck.
So Peter may have been killed by a bear, and he may have been one of the earlier people here in Kern County, but we still don't know his full story. But another cool fact is that every October 17th, Fort Tejon Historical Park holds a Peter Lebeck Ghost Night, where you can visit his resting place and learn more about his story. So make sure you pay Peter Lebeck a visit at some point. For the Now Bakersfield, I'm Tori Cooper, 23 ABC.